Hey friends, and welcome to this week's installment of Roaming Taste videos. This week we are making Native American tortilla bread. I have done a lot of research and this was probably one of the easiest recipes for me to obtain the ingredients necessary to make in my kitchen that is not in America, and I highly recommend that you give this a go. I actually think this makes a delicious breakfast bread, but it could be great with sandwiches as well. Now, I have found often in my travels in America that it's quite hard to find like native recipes or native dishes, and I have traveled around a lot. And so my intention with this recipe is to share a little piece of the native culture. I would love to know if you make this in the comments below or by tagging me on Instagram at Roaming Taste. Thank you so much and have a great day.
As you can see, the ingredients are pretty standard. Even the masa flour should be readily available in your country. You'll want to place that warm water, sugar and salt in a bowl to begin with. In a separate bowl, you'll want to place the masa and bread flour and the yeast and stir those through, making a well in the center. Next, you'll be adding that warm water mix, and you'll want to stir that slowly and evenly through the flour and yeast mixture. It will be quite a lumpy mess initially, but the more that you get that wet mixture through, the more that it will start to resemble a dough, which you can then knead. I always find that kneading initially for the first 30 seconds in the bowl helps to really clear out the dry parts that usually remain at the bottom, and it also helps to create a tighter dough that then you can place on your working surface to knead into a smooth dough. As you can see, I didn't even flour the working surface because of the remaining dry parts in the bowl, which slowly and surely were added the more I kneaded this. Now, in my research of trying to pinpoint which tribe or tribes consumed this bread, I really came up virtually empty, though I did find out that it seems the southwest closest to what is now Mexico is where this bread would likely have been eaten. This is probably due to the masa that is still readily found in Mexican cuisine to this day, with the prominence of corn in their diet. As you can see here, the dough is starting to have a really smooth exterior after about 3 minutes of kneading. I really love to knead, so I usually end up kneading probably about a minute or two longer than I'm supposed to, because who doesn't love to just get a little bit of pent up energy out by doing that. Once it is done, you'll want to place into a lightly greased bowl with a neutral oil. I think I just used sunflower with just probably only about a tablespoon or two. And you'll want to let that rest in a warm space for about an hour to rise. Once it has risen, you'll want to place it on the baking tray that you intend to bake it on, and you'll want to let that rest for about 50 minutes. Meanwhile, you want to preheat your oven to 190 degrees Celsius or 375 degrees Fahrenheit. When you do bake it, you'll want to bake it for about 50 minutes until it's golden brown, and when you knock on it, it does sound quite dense. Look at that beautiful loaf of bread. Definitely serve this with a little honey and enjoy.